Good morning, YouTube. Alexander here again with High Winds EDC. Today I wanted to do a little something different. It's a little chillier today than it was in my previous video. I guess that fall winter weather is starting to come in. So kind of what I'm gonna do a little something different. Like I said, I'm gonna do a gear update, my collection thus far. Today is what? It's November of 2021. So this will be a gear update. I'm gonna go from the lesser stuff and I'm gonna work up to my more valuable sentimental stuff. I do have some sentimental stuff that goes into that that knife drawer where you carry a lot of your stuff and they stay, but it's not really the stuff you go for first. It's kind of the stuff that got you through your first little tidbit of the knife game, but then after that they just kind of fizzle out a little bit as far as being carried. All right, so let's get into it. So how do I carry my stuff? I'll kind of give you guys just a little tour right quick. Sorry. All right, so this is the stuff that goes in the drawer. All right, got a lot of Benchmade, got a lot of leather. Some of this leather actually goes on top of my dresser where I keep my knife case. This is a cool box. It's not affiliated with anybody in the community or anything like that. I got it at an estate sale. Probably one of the best $2.50 purchases I've ever made. I went to the estate sale, saw it for $5, and I was like, heck yeah, I'm gonna get that. Took it up to the little register with a couple other things, and everything was half price at the estate sale, so I got it for $2.50. So that was wicked. All right, let's start with my first knife that I've ever had, which would actually be a tie, kind of, more or less, between these two. This is a Werner Swiss Army knife, Wenger Swiss Army knife. I've had this for a long time. My cousin gave it to me when we were kids in high school, maybe even in middle school, and ever since then I've always had it. It's got the typical bottle openers. I use this a lot for irrigation when I was irrigating with my uncle. The tip on this one is kind of curved and wonky now, but all good things. So that one goes in here because I keep all of my tools in there. But first pocket knife is this. This is a K-bar. I'm not too sure what the model is. Never bothered to look it up. It's a K-bar. USA made, obviously, with 1189 stainless steel. Like I said, doesn't have a name on it, but this is the first pocket knife I ever purchased. I bought it at a garage sale when I was a sophomore in high school, and it got me through a lot. It came with the sheath. Let's see, I think I left the sheath in the house, which is fine because I never use that sheath except for to carry my 229 sometimes. So yeah, there's this great pocket knife, but it has lost, it's a lock back, but check this out. It's worn out, so I used it as a slip joint for a very long time. So this is a really cool knife, and I'm really glad that I still have it. It's kind of a safety hazard, but I put a new edge on it. It's got a good 20-degree edge now, so that's cool. All right. From here, I don't really know what I got next, but I do believe it was this one. This was years later. This is a Boker Kalashnikov. That's my own little lanyard that I got this little arrowhead at Hobby Lobby. So that's really, really cool. I gave this one to my fiance because I'm a knife guy and I like the automatic, and she likes the action on it, and I wanted her to carry a knife for self-defense purposes, just in case, because we don't own any firearms just yet, but we're getting into that. So anyways, this one's got a lot of rust from where I used to carry it at the summer, but it's still a workhorse. It's got a good edge on it, good ergos. What can you say about the Kalashnikov that hasn't already been said yet? It's cold because of the aluminum scales. And I believe after that, it's kind of when I bought my first Benchmade, and it was a Grizzly Ridge. and I've since given that to a friend of mine, Chris. You'll hear me mention his name a lot on this channel. Really good friend of mine. I gave him my Grizzly Ridge, and then I sold him my Spyderco PM2 and S35 VN and my Spyderco Tenacious. So he's got those now. Those are his 3 knives, and I wanted to share in this experience with him. So I kind of got him into the EDC knife community. So that's pretty cool. So next, I would say I kind of went with this one. No, you know what? Let's do it properly. I think it was this one. I bought this knife from local knife store, Cutting Edge Gifts. This is a Fred Purin Bowie, mini Bowie. I really wanted a small fixed blade that I could carry like a Scout, and it had that original Kydex, that big block, and then I since put some Redeemed Creations leather belt loops on it, which really work. I like it. Really good knife. It could use a little bit of a touch up. I've been neglecting to sharpen this one, but this knife has gotten me through a lot. When I carry it at work, all the guys make fun of me. So let's see, what else do we got here? And then I'll say, you know, I've already done a review on these. This is the little leather sheath with the CT pliers. This is the second iteration of this combination, but that would be this as well. Then let's see, what else do we got here? Okay, I think I'll go with this one. This is I have 2 out the front knives, OTFs by Cobra Tech Knives. One of them is sitting in my car right now. It's a smaller version. It's a small OTF, smaller than this one, but it has a glass breaker, so that's why I keep it in my car. But this is made out of D2, assembled here in Texas, because I don't think it's made in the US. I could be completely wrong about that. It could just be one of those marketing schemes, but I wanted to get an OTF to see what it felt like, to see if they were any good, to see if I used them, and I did for a long time, but I have since moved on to proper folding knives. These are pretty cool. Cobra Tech. They come in these cool cases right here. I leave this in here. I never really use it anymore. Let's see. Let's go with this. The next knife I probably got, you can see I overpaid on it a little bit, $179. I got it at the wrong store. This is when I was brand new to knife collecting, but this was my bug out. Got my own little lanyard on it that I bought from Hobby Lobby, brass scales from Titanium. I had an actual Benchmade representative engrave all of my Benchmades, because he came in, he was doing them for free, and I was like, hell yeah, why not? Kind of regret putting it on this one, but because like now it's not going to be as sellable if I ever wanted to get rid of it, but it's a good comparison knife, so that's why I'm going to keep it around for a little while, at least until I can get something new. All right, I keep that one in this box right now. It no longer really works, but I would carry that in this sheath. Let's get it back out. Hands are starting to get a little cold, but we'll see how that goes. So I'd carry it in this sheath, back right pocket, with my any pen really, my Refineco or my Fisher's Face pen. There we go. All right, we got it. So that one stays there. But now that sheath, I'm going to be using it for other knives that I'm going to do a heavier rotation on. So that's really exciting and cool. All right, now let's go to this knife right here. This is, of course, is a fan favorite on the community, the Civivi Elementum. I got this one in the brass scale variation, D2 steel. I really like this one. It's a good one to take out of town. It's one that I'm not gonna really miss if I accidentally lose or gets lost whenever I'm driving or whenever we're going through the airport or something. And it's a really good knife. So Civivi Elementum, small knife. And then we're gonna do we'll do this. This is the Benchmade proper clip point variation. I carried this a long time in my current wallet setup, which is right here. This used to be in place of my Pena Dogleg X series, but ever since then I haven't really carried it a lot. It's got a lot of use on it, sharpened it a lot, It's been very trusty, and I love this knife, but like I said, I don't really carry it anymore. And that fell. But Benchmade proper, good knife, solid carry, and it's a good backup to have. It's always good to have a small backup, in my opinion, just in case, you know, you break or dull out your knife real quick. Moving on, we have the Benchmade Osborne 2001 variation, so 940-1. I love this knife. This one has a small engraving as well. It has Sue, which is my grandmother's middle name. I really love this knife. Like I said, I'm probably going to wait to do a 1-year review on it. It's got the red thumb studs and barrel spacers. You know, the more I get this knife out and flip it, the more I love it. And it might actually make its way back into the case eventually, but I was planning on selling it to just cover some funds and stuff like that. So that's kind of why that one's in the box. I'm trying to disconnect myself from it a little bit. And then, of course, this is a newer purchase. This is the Damned Designs Wendigo. And the Tonto is just, I like this snub-nosed Tonto looking thing. It looks really sick. The action's great. I've taken it apart and oiled it with gunny lube and stuff, and haven't really got the opportunity to dye the scales yet, so that's kind of what I'm waiting on for this one. That's why I haven't really carried it, and that's why I haven't done a review on it yet, because I do not want to get the white G10 too dirty before it's time to dye the scales. Okay, moving on. I'm going to show you guys something that I've already reviewed here, unboxed at least, and a couple other things. This is kind of the what I'm going to try and carry through the winter. Since I'm on paternity leave, I haven't really gotten a chance to, so I've just been letting the flashlight and the pen break in, and for a couple of days I had this Demco Shark, the Demco 80-20.5, just breaking it in for me for those few days. So I also got this from Glow Rhino. This is really cool. I have not used it because it's actually new this week, but it is a glow fob. There was some miscommunication because I was trying to get my my Glow Rhino pry tool. The tritium ran out on it. I think I accidentally broke the lens and let some of that radioactivity out or something, but I was asking for a new one, and customer service has been super cool. They're kind of back ordered or something, or the shop that they're running out of has only got a few people, so it took it a little while, and that's what they sent me when I really wanted the pry bar. But things are getting pushed through, and I can say that their customer service has been very good and very patient with me. And then, of course, I always show this one. This is my Valley Leatherworks front pocket wallet bifold. This is the outside pocket, and then it's got 2 inside pockets. And usually if I have cash, I just slide it right here. That's why this card's here. Just slide it right in there and carry it freely. So day to day, here's what I carry. This isn't really a carry thing, but this is my valet tray. So when I get home from work, usually what goes in here: wallet, keys, nothing from these pockets, and usually it'll be my knife of the day. It'll be this, and I'll have it laying like this somehow, you know, like this. Sorry, I'm trying to get it in the camera. It'll lay like that. Sometimes I'll throw chapstick in here or another miscellaneous item, but usually I try to keep that stuff just right in here for the day, for the next day, and I try not to just throw a bunch of crap in here, because I like everything to be nice and uniform. Not necessarily OCD, but it's just good practice. So now we'll move on to this bad boy. I really love this thing. Like I said, I got it at an estate sale. Kind of going through this really quick, just because the baby's asleep, mama's asleep. We had a late night last night with the newborn, but I'm wide awake now, so it's really hard for me to drink coffee and then go back to sleep right away. So I'll kind of give you guys a tour of this. I love this thing. I'm gonna pick up the camera because I think it'd be a lot better than me trying to show you guys the internals and stuff like that. Cool, set it down. So let's see what we got here. This is like a little folder compartment I can use to put documents. Right now, Alyssa always made me, when we first started dating, she would make me postcards, and so I got a lot of postcards and stuff in there. She'd go to Walgreens, grab a couple of pictures we took, and just give them to me, and that made me gush. So that's what's in there. But for now, the only knife I keep in here is my MKM Micro, developed by Vox Knives, with my Carta scale and the black, I guess it would reverse Tonto or Warncliffe sheep's foot, however you want to go about those. So really cool. I love this little knife. This was my second gift from Alyssa. Alyssa got me this online, and I will be forever grateful for that one. That one's never going to go anywhere. What's crazy is that little knife is the one I take to work, and everybody's like, whoa, man, what is that? That's a cool little knife. You know, that's a nice small little one. I could use something like that for the day-to-day stuff, because they don't really want a big pocket knife or a folder. And this is the one everybody likes more than anything else. Anything else. And that's because I have a Chris Reeves, I have the Shaman, I had the Ramon Chavez 229. So that's just a little crazy to me that was the little knife. All right, so continuing in. Up here, usually I have chapstick. Like I said, I keep a lot of chapstick on me. Got a lot. And one of those will go right into my little caddy. All right. Right here, I keep kind of like my multi-tools. I had another larger Swiss Army knife from Victorinox. It's the one that's got the small pliers and the Phillips driver, which is really cool. But now I keep that one in my backpack. I guess I could have gone to go get that stuff too, but that's neither here nor there. So I keep all the smaller stuff like chapstick and this Phoenix E18R in here. And then in this pocket, I kind of keep, there's my Gunny Glide. I've been using that, you know, on all my knives lately to disassemble them. I have a brass Zippo that's kind of developing a patina. There's no fluid in there anymore. And then right below those, I keep my Sharpie, as you can see. I keep my Knipex. I got 2 sets. I keep my Bird of Pry bar, and then I keep my Leatherman. Okay, and then in this big compartment right here, you can see kind of how I have all of my knives oriented. Okay, so let's get into some of those. Okay, first and foremost is going to be my Benchmade Vector. This one is the first gift that Alyssa has given to me, and this was my first Grail knife. And you know, she got it for me for Valentine's Day, which is a very early on to when we started dating. But I don't know, she got it for me because it's something that I expressed that I wanted. It's not like I was like, hey, can you get this for me, or anything like that. I expressed that I wanted it. I would take her to the knife store and stuff like that. She saw this one. I guess she liked the way it looked. She got it for me. And then moving on from there, usually I keep my Demco in here as well. Going on from there, of course, you guys are familiar with the Spyderco Shaman S30V. Really cool knife. I like the way this one, oh, this one is in 20 CV, by the way. Beautiful compound grind. I like this false edge on the back, what would you call that, a swedge or something like that. Really cool knife. I love the way it looks, and it's never going anywhere. Next, I have my Benchmade Anthem, 20 CV, drop point. Beautiful, beautiful knife. Going on from there, I do have my Chris Reeves Umnums on. This is a relatively new purchase. This was the Grail for a long time, besides like a Grimsmo. So now that I have this as a Grail, I am chasing a custom Pena Knives knife. And then going on from there, I do have my Chavez 229. This isn't going anywhere. This is an awesome customization platform, but I think I'm going to keep it like this forever. It's really nice. I like the snail trails. This one has a little bit of pitting on the blade too, but I don't care. Even on the Chavez site, he says, love your knife. Love the patina, love the wear, love the rust that you put on this knife, which I plan on doing. No spa days for this one. maybe. Next, this is a gift from my mom, the Wee Banter. I really like this knife, and I said, hey Mom, if you want to get me anything for my birthday, this is really the only thing that I want. And this is what she got for me, which was really nice. Love my mom. Yeah, really good. I like the G10. It's all cold right now, so. And then, of course, this is brand new. Well, brand new to me, my Voxnays F5.5 from EDC Supply Co. with the anchor motif and Elmax steel. Elmax was a treat to sharpen. I like Elmax now because of this knife, and it's got a little bit of marks on it and stuff, but no rust so far. And let's see, oh, I also keep this in here. I used to keep this on my backpack, but one of the back spacers, the back pins fell out, so I had to replace it with this black one. But this was from my friend Chris. Chris and I share a huge love for a band called Rainbow Kitten Surprise, and when he went to go take it when he went to go see them, he got me this pin. Very beautiful, very sentimental. And then of course, let's go through the Bandit as the last thing. This actually doesn't find its way into the box anymore because it stays in here, but it will. It will come back in here. It can sit anywhere comfortably, but I'm currently trying to maybe offload a couple of these knives because I'm trying to shake loose a what do you call it? A Pena X series, like either a Raptor or an Apache, because I really like that Wharncliffe style blade, or the sheep's foot, whatever you call it. So anyway, guys, that is my quick update of my knife collection. Like, subscribe. If you have any questions about any of these, I've got a good opinion on them. If it's the gear, if it's the... Oh, I guess I should show you what this is. This is a Leatherman Free P2. This is a badass little thing. It wouldn't work if I worked in like a welding shop or something like that, but it works for everyday outdoor use, and I love it. That being said, if you guys have any questions about any of the gear that I have shown you, please feel free to comment, like, subscribe. You guys have a beautiful day. God bless you.